let's talk about Congress, because has the reputation of being this tightly divided and somewhat dysfunctional institution, and public approbation of Congress is often very low. And yet I've actually been impressed in 2025 to see that Mike Johnson has been able to hold the narrow congressional majority together. It appears like Congress is working much more closely hand in hand with the Trump administration than perhaps before. Is my spectatorial and distant impression correct? What is your view of what's going on from the inside?
Yeah, no, it's a great question, and it's been interesting because I came in 2010 and I served under John Boehner as Speaker of the House, and then eventually he stepped down. There was already, kind of a push to push him back out because of the frustration that a lot of us had in the negotiations that happened with Obama. It seemed like Obama always would win, and the American people would always lose. And then now with Paul Ryan, I left when Paul Ryan. Well, I was here while he was Speaker, but I left when President Trump came in the first time in 2017, and they just never seemed to be on the same page. And I saw them a couple of times where Speaker Ryan was disagreeing with tactics of President Trump's campaign, but President Trump's tactics worked. They were successful. And at some point, I think it's important, like, hey, I may have been wrong, but let's get back on board on the team. And that didn't seem to happen during Trump one administration. But with Trump too, I think it's just a different game. I mean, it's a different makeup. And I'll give Speaker Johnson, a ton of credit. He brings people together. He listens to all, the four corners of the conference. He takes everybody's perspective, but then he says, okay, we've got to move forward. And, him and the relationship he has with President Trump is really strong. And I think that's really what helps Speaker Johnson move the ball forward in the House. But he's been very, strong on spending policy, on fiscal policy, on social policy. But what I appreciate about Speaker Johnson is he lets his faith lead him, and he really is a man of faith, a man of love and patriotism for America, and it comes from a very conservative part of Louisiana. So that has definitely, I think, been a difference maker in the sense that he's got a strong president and leadership with President Trump. And then he's also got a very strong freshman class. This freshman class that I just came in with in 2024, every one of them, I mean, even from the tight, swing seats to the strong Republican seats, everybody understands the threat that we have internally inside America, whether it's woke ideology or whether it's debt and deficits that are out of control. A lot of them have told me, said, look, I came here to cast tough votes, but don't make me vote for nothing. Don't make me vote for something that doesn't happen. So I think that with all of that, it's kind of coming to a head. And then we have outside forces as well. Elon Musk is talking about debt and deficit and woke ideology. And today we had Mr. Ray Dalio come in and speak to members of Congress, who's not your typical, person on the Hill, but he's talking about debt and deficit. And so I think this is a very unique time, and we've got the right leadership in place to make some huge reforms and changes in Washington that have needed to happen for a long time, as you've spoken about them for many, many years as well.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.